everyone. Today I'm speaking to Nick, who features in the Hug Directory, and you can find all his information in the bio underneath this video. Nick's in wealth management, and Nick, I want to speak to you today about wealth management because we get phone calls from people, and I'll say, "Oh, have you spoken to a, wealth management manager about this, a wealth management company about your situation?" Because I think they can really help you to plan out your future. And sometimes they'll say, "Oh no, that sounds really scary," or "Oh no, you have to be a billionaire before you speak to somebody like that. It's all jargon." And there's this big misconception about it, isn't there? Do you find that sometimes people feel like that as well?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. I mean, I don't think the wealth management industry or financial planning industry or investment managing industry, whatever it's been called this week, particularly helps itself. And as you touched on, jargon plays a really kind of big part in this. And, having worked in wealth management for sort of over 20 years, I think a lot of the time is that the industry itself feels that by putting barriers up in front of people almost, they can kind of not distract from other things, but just making it confusing actually feels like a good thing. But I think the reality is, what are we talking about? What is good wealth management? And really, it's about helping people through life's ups and downs and transitions, okay? And that's everything from kind of, divorce, preparing for retirement, all of these kind of inflection points in life. Good wealth management is somebody standing alongside you to help you make sense of your money, but to take you towards whatever your particular hopes and dreams are. But what we know is from various studies, there's a study out recently from Pensions Lifetime Savings Association, 75% of people don't know how much money they need in retirement. And a lot of that is because actually, frankly, I don't know if you agree with me, Alison, we don't get much education around our finances in schools. It's not something that I certainly got much education around in school. So we don't give people the tools for that. And then when they do need help, when they do move through life, the options available to them feel scary and overwhelming. So this is why we need to make it feel more accessible to people. So yeah, that's kind of my perspective on that.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it? Like you say, accessible. And I know that I didn't have any financial planning, pensions advice, or know anything about that at school. I'm not even sure they still talk about anything like that at school, do they? I don't think they do.
No,
I haven't heard my son
no.
talking about pension schemes anyway.
Yeah, and I think the thing as well is just around the jargon is that often the industry talks in the language around products and pensions and all of these kind of things that feel very, very inaccessible. But actually, whilst money is, I guess, the context for people, often when I talk to people at first conversation, it's, I need you to look at my pension, or I need an ISA. I need one of these ISA things, right? Because somebody's told me I need an ISA. And whilst it's often the context of the original conversation, it's actually not always the content. And what I mean by that is wealth management, good wealth management is connecting your money towards a purpose. It's your money towards what you want to do. And for me, there are three key questions that always come up when we're talking to clients and prospective clients. And the first one is the biggest one really, and it is, do I or do we have enough? Do we have enough of this stuff? Okay, and to really understand that, the role of the wealth manager or the planner is to really begin to understand you and your life and kind of what sits inside really. And then the second one from that really is always about family. Are my family going to be okay? Yeah. So
Yeah.
do I have enough? Are my family going to be okay? And then the third one, looking further ahead, is about legacy. You know, what will my legacy be? How do I want to kind of pass wealth on or do good in the world? So when I think about wealth management, and I would invite your audience to think about wealth management, is your story. Yeah, your story, where you've come from, where you are now, where you want to get to, and what steps are going to help you connect that to your kind of future hopes and aspirations. So scrap all the pension jargon stuff and let's talk in human terms rather than wealth management product terms.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, Nick, I've spoken to you quite a few times and you're always really approachable and, you know, just speaking about not talking jargon. I think, you know, people should really, if they're on the cusp of thinking about talking to someone, then they really should give you a buzz and find out for themselves what it's all about. Thanks, Nick. Thank you.
All right, my pleasure. Thank you.